Want to build wealth God's way? Then stop thinking like a gambler and start thinking like a farmer. Today we talking about the power of sowing and reaping, one of the most overlooked biblical wealth principles, and how it applies to your money, your time, and your faith. Welcome to Strive for Excellence, where we teach faith-based success, stewardship, and purpose-driven living. Let's start with the foundational truth. This sounds simple, but so many people miss it. Galatians 6-7 says, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Now, we often think of this in terms of money, but it applies to everything. Your work ethic, your time habits, your relationships, your personal growth. You cannot sow laziness and expect to reap a harvest of fruitfulness. You can't sow impulse spending and expect to build long-term wealth. Whatever you plant is exactly what will grow. Think about it. If you plant seeds of encouragement in your relationships, you'll reap connection. If you plant seeds of consistent effort at work, you'll reap opportunities. The law of the harvest is universal. So, what seeds are you currently scattering in the soil of your life? Are they seeds of discipline or seeds of distraction? This leads us to our second point. Sowing is often sacrificial. A farmer doesn't eat their best seed. They plant it, and that requires faith. In our lives, giving is planting. Tithing is planting. Even creating and sticking to a budget is a form of planting for a future harvest. Delayed gratification is planting. The great Jim Rohn once said, "The soil doesn't care who you are, it only returns what you plant." The principle is impartial. So, what are you sowing right now? Are you sowing time into your education? Energy into that side business? Are you planting a financial seed into someone else's ministry or a cause you believe in? Every act of intentional planting is an act of faith, trusting that a harvest will come. The good news is, God promises to multiply faithful planting. Here's a hard truth, though: sowing doesn't produce a harvest overnight. Ecclesiastes 11-6 tells us, "Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed." Building real, lasting wealth is slow. It's not about hype. It's about habits. A farmer does unplant a seed and come back the next day expecting a full-grown stalk of corn. They water it daily. They pull the weeds. They protect it. They trust the process. People who build wealth with purpose do the same. They save a little. They invest a little. They give a little, but they do it consistently over time without fail. The key lesson here is this. Don't grow weary in planting. Just because you do, you won't see the fruit yet. Your consistency is what builds the momentum for the harvest. Finally, and this is the most important part, while we do the work, God is the one who brings the growth. You're the planter. You're the waterer. But God is the one who gives the increase. In 1 Corinthians 3-6, Paul says, "I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase." This should bring you so much peace. It releases you from the pressure of trying to control the outcome. Your job is obedience. Plant in faith, work in faith, and wait in faith. God's job is to bring the overflow. So, here's your challenge for this week. Plant something intentional. Give intentionally. Learn intentionally. Work intentionally. Write down one seed you are planting this week and commit to it. Remember Galatians 6-9? Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what are you sowing this week? If this video encouraged you, please hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe to Strive for Excellence for more weekly teaching on faith and finance. Thank you for watching, and share this with someone who needs to keep sowing, even when it's hard.